Here's Giggs. Oh, Forlan's in again here. Diego Forlan! 2-0 Manchester United! Oh my goodness me!
Manchester United 4, Brighton 2, 3 wins on the bounce, and for the first time under Ruben Amorim, Manchester United look alive again. Old Trafford witnessed a performance full of energy, intent and belief as the Red Devils put 4 past Brighton to make it 9 points from 9. Matheus Cunha got his first goal for the club. Casemiro found a bit of fortune, and Brian Mbeumo stole the show with 2 late strikes that sealed a thrilling 4-2 win. But beyond the goals and celebrations, a new story is starting to take shape in the midfield. Mainu Baleba, composure v power, the next generation of Premier League midfielders. Battle begins right here. Let's break it down, all the tactics, the turning points, and the players shaping Amorim's new Manchester United era. How are we going, boys? We going good? How was your day?
Superb.
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 Well,
yes, hot.
hot up in Queensland. It's friggin' freezing in New South Wales. What's it like in Melbourne?
Horrific. It was awful yesterday, and it's been much the same today, sadly.
So it sounds like Melbourne.
Yeah,
Sounds like
it sounds like a normal
the
week.
UK, to be honest. Sounds like Manchester.
Yeah, it reminds you of home.
What do we think, boys? What do we think of the game? What do we think? We're going to break it down. I predicted the lineup. Good to see Amorim watching the podcast and everything like that. And, you know, he's keen. We're dropping a few hints for him, and it's good to see he's listening.
Taking notes, you know.
Taking notes.
The last 3 wins are based on us, then, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's it. A new Old Trafford energy as well. Far out, man. The Stretford end's looking good with all the flags still. I love that. As they come out, it's a nice picture, isn't it, out the back there? It's excellent.
They've just got to get him in the upper tier now. That's the one thing that's missing.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, let's break it down. We all should be still happy, that's for sure. 3 in a row. We're still buzzing from Liverpool. I've watched the game probably 3 times, and I'm loving every bit of it. Here we go. All right. Let's look at the lineup. Tell me if you think you like it. If you don't like it, should there be any changes or anything like that? Here we go. Lemons, Delit, Ferdinand, Cunha, Euro, Ahmed, Casemiro, Mbeumo, Shaw, and Sesko. For me, it was the perfect lineup because that's the lineup I put out. But what about you boys? Elliot, you weren't on the pod the other day. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it suited the type of game. But certainly, I think now that we're, 8 or 9 games into the season, there's, I guess there's variations to the starting 11 now, depending on the opponent. I guess he really went out against Liverpool with Cunha up front and probably wanted to focus on winning those second ball from Van Dijk and Konate. I think, looking now at this game here, he really wanted to go for it with sort of flick-ons and stuff off Sesko to Cunha and Mbeumo, and really sort of winning those, aerial battles, because I guess he felt like we could. And then, I think, just the 2 number 10s were outstanding for us on the weekend. I thought Cunha just, got himself in some really good positions. I thought Mbeumo has probably looked our best player all season so far. He got 5 or 6 goals now, which is great. I don't think we really put a foot wrong for, at least 70, 80 minutes until maybe the substitutions started to come on. And I'm sure we'll go into that a little bit later because I've got some things to add in that regard.
Don't we ever?
Yeah, but I think, for the outset, the team played well, and for over 75% of the game we dominated.
We definitely started strong, didn't we? No, it was a little bit back and forth. It was quite open to start, really, wasn't it? We got away with a couple a little early there. The one where they put it across the box and he just never got onto it quick enough. But I think we still dictated the game. I think besides that back end, for that first 70 minutes, what you're saying there, Elliot, it's good to see United with that turning point right now. It's crazy. Those 1 touches, 2 touches. There doesn't seem to be a player that wants to just sit on the ball. They seem to want to keep moving it quick. And, mate, there's confidence building a lot. Dan.
Yeah, I'd agree with everything you've both said there. I mean, the one change I see coming in the lineup moving forward when he's fully match fit is Mazraoui in for Dalot, because I think Dalot has really flattered to deceive throughout his United career, unfortunately. And whilst he wasn't awful against Brighton, I thought he had a pretty average game. I don't think he was exceptional defensively or offensively, but I don't think he was bad. I think his performances over an extended period of time now are probably not going to keep him in the starting 11 moving forward. Likewise, he seems to like the rotation with Mount coming in and rescuing Šeško for a couple of games, and I don't know whether that was impacted by the fact that Mount was an injury concern going into the game. But I thought he was great, Šeško up top. I think we really deserved the win, and we're starting to build some momentum now. We've got some players in this lineup that are absolute guarantees every week. Like De Ligt's probably been our best player this season, along with Mbeumo. I think they've both been exceptional. Ahmad and Mbeumo have really developed almost telepathic relationships on the right-hand side, and obviously we're going to talk about the concerns with the schedule around January, because that's going to be a bit of a problem. Casemiro's resurgence is quite frankly miraculous. He's been made to look exceptional again by the fact that we play once a week, and I think he's not under the strain that he was with the loading last year and the year before. So I'm massively impressed with him, and to be honest, I'd be offering him a reduced wage to keep him around longer than this season. I think he's had such a big impact and he's such a leader. I'd be trying to keep him at all costs, really.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to stop there for a sec. Dino hasn't reminded me, but it is my daughter's birthday today, so I was supposed to do it. I was supposed to do it at the top of the show, where I wish my daughter a happy birthday, but I was that excited to get into this show. So happy birthday, Alyssa. She won't be watching anyway. So
you'd be lost without Dean at the moment, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, mate, he kills me.
Happy birthday, Alyssa.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Make sure Dr. Howe wishes her happy birthday as well,
Yeah, no, that's Kira.
What did you buy yourself for her birthday?
We'll go into that on Wednesday. Anyway, back into it. Yoni, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, lineup was good. I think, I guess the biggest change that he's done, and he has been trying to do it, but I think the players are getting it a bit more and more, is getting that extra man in the midfield, whether it comes from defense. So in the beginning of the game, you saw like it was either De Ligt or Shaw, like really rushing out and pressing from the defense into the midfield, kind of stopping it from being a 3-on-2. Yeah. Or for most of the game, you ended up having Cunha or Mbeumo coming back and kind of helping with the two in the midfield. So what that does, it means that when Brighton tries to build from the back, they actually, in the past, they would have had 3 players there against R2, and they can, make those passes that they need, find the space and this and that. But because we had 3 people there now, it meant that when we pressed them, they didn't have the option of where they need to actually make the pass. And then we actually pressed them really well doing that and won the ball back a lot in the kind of like half of the pitch because of that. So yeah, I was really impressed that it looks like the players are understanding it more and more, which again will come from the fact that we now have a game every week, and that's it. Like, we don't need to focus on any other team and this, like, and that. And you can tell that we're really prepping per team because we play differently against Liverpool than we did Brighton. And it was actually the same when we played, I think it was Fulham. Like, it was a very different approach. So yeah, I was very happy.
Yeah, you're talking about the pressing there. It was really good. Like, you see players dropping in for each other and everything like that. And as I was saying at the top of there about that early chance Brighton had, it was Mbumo that was the last man there. And it was just, it's so good to see players working for each other. It's just something that we've missed so much. And like, as much as I used to stick up for Rashford a lot, he just didn't have it, did he? Like, to play this system, you got to work for each other. You got to play for each other. You got to work hard. You got to be fit. And you can really see that in the last 3 games. You can really see things are starting to click. You can see players are working for each other. It's just so good to watch. Jordan.
I thought it was a very brave performance from us, to be honest. I thought it was actually one of the first games this season where you could actually see them have belief in the system itself, with the 2 in the midfield and one of the defenders pushing forward. Like, if you look at all 3 of our goals, they all come from pretty much Luke Shaw winning the ball back, inviting the ball into the middle of the park, pressing him on the turn, and then winning the second ball, and then we're away. Like, I think it was for players that aren't comfortable so much with probably coming out and defending in the midfield line, I thought it was actually quite a brave performance from them. I thought Luke Shaw was exceptional, I thought. Don't know if you agree. I think De Ligt is looking like... I reckon if he was in Arsenal or Liverpool's lineup right now, everyone would be calling him the best centre-back in the league right now on form.
He's the best Dutch centre-back in the league. I'll tell you that.
I'd put him top 3 centre-backs in the league at the moment too. I
think
think
he's just the Dutch squad.
Hey?
I said sorry, you earlier.
He can't get picked for the Dutch squad, though.
Yeah, but that's because old mate doesn't want. He told him once he goes to United, he's not going to pick him. Like,
yeah, Ronald Koeman.
It's a pretty hard squad to get into, to be fair, with Mickey van der Ven and Virgil van Dijk.
I think he's one of the best in the world in old form.
Yeah, I think if he's at any other club that doesn't get the hate that we get, I think he's considered the Rolls Royce at the back.
Yeah,
right now in the Premier League.
I think the thing with Shaw,
the
thing with Luke Shaw in this game, he wasn't dwelling on the ball a lot, and that's what the good thing was about Luke. He and I was saying, I was like watched it a lot more this afternoon, and I was taking note of how many times a player took a touch. In the backs, it was literally 2 touch and into the midfield. The midfield was working hard to finally come back and receive the ball. It was excellent to watch. We spoke about it on here a lot, about players not looking for the ball or anything like that. There seemed to be a lot more space around the players. I think that's because the players were making a lot more runs, which was great to see. And when we did turn over the ball, we won the ball back quick. And it makes such a difference to this system. And you know what, Ruben Amorim, you got to hand it to him. You know, all the way along, he said it's not the system. It's not the system. And I know it's hard for him to come out and say it's the players, but to his credit, he never ever. And I understand we're on a high at the moment. We've won 3 in a row, but you have to go with what's in front of you. We've got teams now that we're going to come up against now, and they're very winnable games. This weekend, I'm pumped. Let's get into it. Let's get into Forest. Oh, mate, we're a good chance of winning that again. So
they was lost on the weekend as well.
Yeah. It will be a tough game, though. We're away at Forest, and it's Daichi nowadays. So we just got to...
It was a real smart game set up for us, I think, because Brighton are very good on the ball. They like to play short passes. But we kept making them believe that they had an overload in the midfield. Like, if you look at when we win the ball back, especially on our second and third goal, I believe. On the Casemiro one and the Mbuemo's first one, they played the ball into the midfield thinking he's the open man, but Luke Shaw is that fast to get off the line and pinch the ball. And then you've got the second phase of the play where Dalot picks up the ball, plays it straight into Šeško, and that touch by him around the corner to face forward, to play it to Mbuemo's feet, for him to then be facing on goal. Like, a lot of strikers there hold the ball up and they just play it back to your midfielders. and just recycle it. But he's touched to go in behind himself to turn and face forward to actually get facing towards their goal. And it was just real quick. Everything was just like snap, snap, snap. It actually kind of made me feel like they understood when they win the ball where they're supposed to go with it straight away. Not just because a lot of time when we get the ball in previous games, we'd win it. We just recycle it. We don't actually look dangerous. Does that make sense? Until it gets to a player that can make something happen. Where I thought today, I thought Sesko was unbelievable, his link-up play. I thought he was actually looking like he was, every time he got the ball, he was trying to go forward with the play. Like he was trying to bring everyone into the game.
I was trying to figure out what player that reminds me of that we used to have, like in regards to like do the turn and then look forward kind of thing. I was actually thinking Berbatov in regards to
I was about to say Berbatov.
Berbatov is just, he picks a ball up in the 6, mate, and just drives it. I'll never forget his outside the foot pass. That one.
Blackburn.
Oh, no. What about his high foot to claim the ball? You know, like when it was that really strong lobby pass and he just picks his foot up and he just drops the ball down.
He just looked like someone that shouldn't play football, but he was so fucking elegant on the field. It was incredible.
Yeah. Well, that game with the outside pass with the Blackburn 7-1, wasn't it? And he was just, every time he picked the ball up, every touch was silky. And like you say, Sesko's similar. Like the way he can turn and flick and keep hold of the ball and set us going now with 2 really quite offensive 10s. And then Ahmad on the right as well. We've got some serious firepower. If we can just get if he starts scoring goals regularly now, Sesko, we're in a great position.
And I actually,
he's a bit erratic with his finishing. I've noticed.
Yep.
I think Jordan mentioned
he was a bit erratic.
Yeah, I said that from the very start.
Just where he's probably in a position where he's one-on-one with a keeper, or he's actually he's got a decent shot on goal. He's all focused about just fucking kicking the shit out of it. Whereas, I guess more of a precision shot gets him a goal. I think he's quite erratic with his decision making on the floor. Yeah,
he's a highlight. If you look at his goals, he's a highlight reel goal scorer.
I'll be honest though, I want those goals. That like when he took that left-footed shot yesterday, and yes, it went close to the keeper, but I was like, fuck, that's what I want from him, because I know he has that bullet shot, and I just want him to do it. Like we have Cunha who can score a goal, we have Mbeumo who can score a goal, we have Bruno who can score a goal. I want Sesko at the moment, just so I can enjoy watching United play again. I want him to just score those bullet goals right now. Oh my god,
mate! I agree with you, Yoni. I'm enjoying the way he's playing. Like, I actually thought Cunha was rubbing off on him when he tried to put that little lob ball over the top. I know it didn't work and it looked a little awkward, but you know what? He's trying stuff. I don't care if he's scoring or anything like that. If he's linking up, setting up goals, then you don't care. There's no one.
As long as we keep winning, as long as we keep winning, you don't care. So we need to keep winning. Saying,
oh yeah, I agree. But on the other hand, I remember the old Spain side. They were never selfish, or the old Barcelona side. I'm not saying we're like that level, but I'm just saying I don't want a team full of selfish players. If you play that extra pass half the time, you're getting a goal. And that's what it looked like to me with United on the weekend. We were happy to play that extra pass. There wasn't a player there that's going, fuck, I'm going to be the hero here, like we had a few years ago. You know, that no matter what, you had Garnacho wanted to score, you had Rashford wanted to score. They were willing to give a shit pass or a shit shot just so they didn't pass an extra pass so they could look like the hero. I don't think we've got a player like that in the team anymore. And it's really encouraging to watch, you know, to see the whole team playing as a unit. It's great.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. No further comments, Your Honour.
Yeah. I will end the pod now, then,
That's why I like Sesko, but especially in yesterday's game, is every time he got the ball, he tried to face forward. He tried to be aggressive, attack, and we didn't just stop when we got the lead.
Did he get 2 assists?
Yeah.
Just the one, I think.
No, one.
He got 2.
Got one, didn't he?
Did he not pass it to Cunha for the first? Was that Casemiro?
It was Casemiro.
No, he did.
Yes, no, it was Casemiro.
It was Sesko into Casemiro.
What a finish that was, by the way. That is so overlooked, how to curl into the bottom corner on the edge of the box around a player. Like people look at that every week.
It was
and think,
beautiful, eh? Far
people
out.
sit there and go, "Oh yeah, it's an all right goal." That the technique on that to wrap your foot around it and just
Pass it in.
Like it is
Even
Even the
Bremo's
way his
second
body
goal.
shape
your
was
whole
beautiful.
body shape's got to be right to actually do that.
Yeah.
And even
The
in Bremo's
first
second goal,
touch
where
was
he's like within a couple of inches from like the player in front of him, and manages to deliberately shoot the ball through the player's legs and into the bottom
I
corner.
love that. It's so smart. So
Just,
smart.
just like
How good
It's
are we?
it's so refreshing to see. It's so refreshing that we've got people who can finish a fucking shot, and they're not going for like a bend in the top corner from like the corner of the 18-yard box. Like
And
it's just
going out for a throw in.
I just want to
No,
go.
there was
out
one
the front-
moment in the
go
game
out my front
yesterday.
door. I just want to go out the front door and just scream out to the world. Oh, we've done it.
There was one moment in the game against Brighton where I just kind of, when you have those moments where you just go, wow. And it was our last goal where the ball gets played forward and Bruno checks his shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, before you go on with that, I'll bring it up.
My
Oh,
God,
my
man.
God.
The fucking vision.
This one here.
Yeah.
This is it. Bruno scanning for him. Bumo's
This is
goal. Look at him
such
scanning right
world-class
here.
play.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It makes you
now
think
that
of his FA Cup thing as well. Like his little pass to Mainu in the FA Cup. It was like a tiny little deft touch.
Yeah.
Also, his assist that didn't count as an assist to Cavani. When Cavani did the chip and Bruno did the little he has it in his locker.
Man, just the composure on this is just a lot of players, especially in that time of the game, would have tried to get their foot on the ball and just keep the ball. And he's just, I don't know. That is something where I was just like, fuck, wow, okay.
it's just the quickest glance, isn't it? It's the quickest glance. And he's just
gone.
So
smart.
But you know what? To even judge the pace from Heaven's ball, to think that it's going to get through to Mbumo, that's going hard. I'm just going to let it go, and just judging it just via that is incredible.
Even down to if you look at that photo. Sorry to keep going on, but if you look at that photo, a normal 10 in that position that's playing attacking midfield, he's going to drop in between the two players, one on his right and the one on his left, and he's going to try and receive the ball on his left or right foot and come back into the field because there's no one out wide at that time. That's why the space was there for Mbeumo in behind, because no one's actually out on that left-hand side. And he stands so central so he can just let it roll past. Everything about it is such world-class play.
It's a good run from Mbeumo as well. Just that side to side running through the channel.
Yep. And the finish was even better, wasn't it? The finish
clinical, wasn't it? It looked good. It looked good.
Absolutely thumped it in the top corner.
Yeah.
I love his celebration too, where he just goes like that.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved Cunha's celebration because you could tell how much he actually wanted that. For United to score that goal and this and that.
And he's deserved one this season as well. He's going to
keep scoring. He's going to keep scoring now.
It's kind of fitting that his first goal was from outside the box because it's just such a Cunha thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. It was a very Cunha-esque type goal, wasn't it?
It was.
I want to talk about Casemiro a little bit because he was so good on the weekend. He was even doing little turns in the midfield. He was backing up left to right. He was doing a lot of running. He looks like he's dropped a bit of weight too, doesn't he? His fitness side has improved out of sight. He just looks happier. He just looks so happy. I don't know whether it's because he's got another Brazilian in the side or what. Because even when, yeah, because even in the
think he really loves being at United.
I reckon.
Even the first year, he said he was coming not just for the money. He's coming because he really wants to do well at United, and I believed him from the beginning. From the beginning, he was so classy, as a midfielder.
Yeah, he's humble.
Yeah.
And he's taken an awful lot of stick over the last 18 months. He really has. And I think the fact that, like, to illustrate his resurgence in this team, the fact that we had to bring on 2 midfielders to essentially replace the job he'd done in the midfield was
And
pretty.
they couldn't.
Literally, like, Mainu came on, couldn't hack it. They bring Zagate on to try and shore it up as well. And the two of them didn't do as good a job as Casemiro in there on his own. And the bloke's, he's towards the back end of his career and he's still so good. Like, we've just got to keep him. I don't care how we keep him. If it's a pay-as-you-play deal, if it's half his salary, just keep him. Because he'll be invaluable next season.
It's what people tend to forget. You're talking about someone that's won 5 Champions Leagues.
Oh, he's so good.
And he was a main player in that Madrid side. That won, was it 4 in 5 years, then won another one?
Yeah.
Like that.
I reckon he'd be good for the dressing room as well.
Crazy.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to speak, though, does he? He just his leadership is what he does on a football pitch. Like that first season, he had a couple of sort of ill-disciplined moments where he got sent off twice, but he hadn't been sent off in one game for Madrid.
Anyway, though.
Well, exactly, but he hadn't been sent off in one game for Madrid over his entire career. There, and he gets sent off twice for us in the space of about 2 months. But like he's just a Rolls Royce for midfielder. If we'd got him 3 or 4 years before now, just
Madrid wouldn't have let him go though, because they didn't have. There's no one in the world to replace him until they got that Chuchemeni. And
I love the fact that he's really back with Brazil
I still
now.
think
like, he's captain for Brazil and all that kind of stuff. Like, shows how valuable he is.
I still think we haven't paid for him. But that's just me.
Oh, don't be a Debbie Downer. Let's just enjoy him.
You say that.
Yeah, no, I still think we haven't paid for him.
I get that.
I'm going to cut that, eh?
I do want to say, while
that is going and the shorts for sure.
we spent a lot of money on him, but also the season he comes in, we finally win a trophy again. The next season, we finally win a trophy again, and it was actually essential in the finals.
Also, it's the Blazers' money, so I don't care. Spend it all you want. Just keep him.
You say that, but then we end up in like troubles.
Yeah, because like 2 or 3 games ago, everyone's going, they can't wait for his contract to be over and all this sort of thing. I mean, yeah, he's played well in the last couple of games. I agree.
I would keep him just to teach the next person that we want to have in that role. You know how when we had Ronaldo, we were thinking they'll take care of Greenwood and Rashford. Like, you also need someone to do that in the midfield, like especially that kind of role.
You're absolutely
I think we'll
right,
find out quite quickly. Yeah, I think we'll find out quite quickly if he sticks around because it's him and Maguire are probably the 2 big names are out of contract at the end of the season, right? I've seen that Maguire's looking like he's going to sign something pretty soon, but I haven't seen anything around Cass yet.
What do you think of the refereeing? What do you think of the refereeing?
It's horrendous, but honestly,
so
it was bad on both
Let's
ways.
do a different part about that.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up though, because it feels like sour grapes if we lose a game and we criticise the officiating. But across the board in the Prem this season and even last season, it's been horrific. Like the penalty decision on Ahmad is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. It was
just
shocking.
obscene. It's awful. And VAR's only making it worse because they can rely on this technology to bail them out. Like, it's just not good enough.
I do also think, though, that Shaw did foul the Brighton player, like, in the build-up for the...
Yeah, but in saying that, I don't think...
It affected both teams. Like, they were both bad decisions, though. Like,
he wasn't calling anything on anyone.
Yeah,
so like
terrible.
You went down.
He was afraid, wasn't he?
From minute dot, no matter if you went down, he never called it. So I can see why he never called the one on Luke Shaw. I can exactly see it. Okay, he took the shirt, but if you have a look at it, he took a little bit of the shirt, and then he decided to fall over. So then they moved on with it.
Yeah, I watched that quite a bit this afternoon, actually. If you watch that Reuters turn and touch, he gets to the side of Luke Shaw, then realizes his touch is a little bit too heavy, and Dalot's about to come and pick up the ball. He goes to ground when he sees that. He doesn't go to ground when there's contact. He tries to go around Luke Shaw, and he falls over after Luke Shaw lets go of the shirt. It's very
too easy.
Yeah, but is there enough contact for a foul?
I
shirt
think so.
grabbing
You
before.
see that given in midfield so often. You know, if it was a
Well,
counter,
you
No,
do,
but that's
Johnny.
when
You
there's a
see it
stop, man.
all
That
the
can't be a
time.
foul. You've
No,
got to
no,
be
no.
allowed to touch each other.
I'm more than okay with it not being a foul. But what I'm saying is, it's not consistent with what
No,
they've been
it's not at
giving
all.
Yeah.
for the last 5 years.
That refereeing yesterday, you never see it like that in the Premier League. Never. You never see refereeing like that. I'm more than happy for the referee to let shit go. But when you've got a foul on Ahmed that was in the box, you could nearly had another one on Mbumo as well, where he put his hand across him. And I'm probably more, okay, let that one go. But Ahmed's one was 100% a penalty, whether he got a glancing touch to it or not. That's a pen.
He's like a
But
heel.
then he said
Gave him a heel. Tripped him
Yeah.
up. He tripped him up with
yeah,
a heel.
definitely.
Can we agree though? The worst call was actually the free kick being taken like 10 yards forward than where the actual foul was. Like,
It was
That is one of the
terrible,
points
man.
I've written down.
Oh, my God, man. It wasn't even a
Mate.
freaking yellow card, mate. It wasn't a yellow, wasn't a
ignore the
foul.
fact
He
there
even
was a
had
free
his
kick.
hands up.
Ignore the fact there was a free kick. He gave them like 10 yards forward. Like, if that was 10
Yep.
yards back, Welbeck never scores that.
Talking of that, though, just to bring it back down to a little bit of realism, he probably should have saved that. Like, it was pretty
The
much
keeper.
straight at him. Like, he had a pretty good game aside from that. Like, there was the one where the corner wasn't given that was clearly a corner, where he's tipped it around the post, which again was poor
That
officiating.
was a
but
fantastic save, by the way.
it was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
But I agree. He
Brilliant.
should have.
But I think he should have saved the free kick. And I think
But
if
you know what it was?
we drop points there, he's getting criticism.
You know what it was? Maybe it was because of the power of the shot. Because like
The pace
So he-
of it. It was a pacey.
he
it was a
jumped
pacey
straight
one.
away.
That's
instead of
exactly
taking
what
a
it was.
step and then jumping. You know, if he took a step and jumped, he would make it. But then I don't think he would make it in time to actually save the shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so he should have saved it or shouldn't have saved it. How did we end up in that position? Dorgu gave the ball away on the
Dorgu.
halfway line.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
horrendous.
we should get
You're
on to
taking
that.
the
That was
subject
the
away from
worst-
me.
The worst
how was
possible pass he
Dorgu-
could make in that position, and he
It was
did that.
terrible from the time he
Especially
came
against
on,
Brighton.
Jordan.
Yeah,
He
I
was
know, I'm not saying it was
terrible.
good, but if that ball is coming to you and you're the last line of defense as a defender and you've got a player running at you, just put it up into the box. Just lob it up. Let everyone
Anything.
reset. If their keeper gets the ball, that's fine. The ball's up there. Do not go and play it across your body to where the player is running at you. Like,
Yeah, I'd have been happy if he kicked it in the stands. That would probably be
Exactly.
the safest thing to do. Just hoof
cannot-
it.
there's a time to
Like-
recycle the ball and keep it, and there's a time where you know if the risk versus reward here of keeping the ball is way outweighing the other one. The risk of turning the ball over there costs us a goal. But if he just puts it up and their goalkeeper gets it, we reset, we all drop back, we get into shape again.
I think
I don't understand how he's a professional footballer making decisions like that.
I think
It was
he's
poor.
I think he's got no intelligence, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, he sat there on the bench and he saw the way this was my point coming in with the referee. So Dorgu's sitting on the bench. He sat on the bench for 65 minutes. Okay. You could see the whole game the referee wasn't giving cheap fouls. Right? He comes on. The first 3 touches he has, he goes to ground. Didn't get the foul at all. It was starting to do me friggin' head in. Every time he went to ground, he was expecting a free kick. The referee wasn't giving him. What have you been watching for the last 65 minutes, man? What have you been watching?
Just
Well, you-
to his defense, though, as prior to yesterday, he was only 20 years old. All right, so saying like, "Oh, I
He's a
can't believe
kid.
he's a professional footballer. He's doing this." And
He's a kid.
he was 20. Like, give him that
I'm
little.
sick of hearing
bit
that
of-
as an
at least-
excuse. That's
at least-
basics, but man.
No.
That is
But that's stuff.
basic.
That's stuff that you train and you get better. At least it's not like him being like, "I'm going to be selfish and do this. I'm going to do this." It's not an attitude thing. It's
He's
just
not
like
a selfish
it's
player.
just
that's for
a
sure.
learning curve kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
with you.
But at that level, it's got to be something like I just know for a fact if I did that when I was playing, I would have been ripped off by my coach at the time.
And he might get ripped off as well. But let's not forget he's also doing it in the Premier League against that opposition. And
even more reason to play it safe.
yes, but
He could have even opened up, man, and rolled it back to the goalkeeper. Like the one
I think
option of what not to do, he did it.
Yeah, it depends where the keeper
He
is.
shouldn't have been on the field. He shouldn't have been on the field.
He shouldn't have. I agree, man. He's been
It
terrible.
goes back down to like some of these substitute choices that are made in the game. It's not a like for like replacement. You bring in a left-footed left back on.
What do you mean?
You're
He brought him
taking
in
off-
as a left back as well. It's fine.
Just hang on a sec, Yanni. You bring in a left-footed left back on. You're moving your right-footed left back over to right back. You're changing the context of the game and the formation, I guess,
Yeah.
a little bit.
I disagree with you so much right now.
And mate, you can do what you like. I can, well, I can have my opinion though.
Let's get fire up, mate.
Yeah, it can be wrong, but that's
like
fine.
there's 2 or 3 opinions are not wrong, mate. They're just a matter of form.
Opinions
From
can be wrong.
me and from you. No one's right or wrong. An opinion is just what someone thinks.
Okay.
Anyway, there was too many substitutes coming on in the field in that moment. We're pushing for the 4th goal, for the 5th goal. The team's getting excited, and then I just think, in the context of the game, it's a massive error by the player, because he's somewhat out of position, and he's coming to the game not knowing where he needs to play and where he needs to go. The rest of the players around him are like, what's this guy doing? He's out of position and stuff like that. From where I saw it, from when he came on for the 65th minute, he was a massive weak link, because he seemed to be very out of his depth.
Do you guys think? I was thinking this afternoon when I rewatched the game. Do you reckon when Amorim makes subs, he thinks, fuck, here we go, but I've got to get fresh legs on there? He thinks, fuck, this game's about to change.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
think he knows he's got no depth. He knows.
But
and this is a
email-
massive problem for us going forward, right? Like, if you look at the 5 subs he brought on, the only one that leaves that game with any real credit in the bank's Heaven, and that's because he plays the pass for Mbermo for the final goal. Xerxes was terrible. Should have got in front of his man at the front post.
Oh, mate, that
wasn't good enough.
zonal defending, bro.
Terrible.
Fuck it off.
Right. So he's really. I mean, he's apparently looking for minutes elsewhere. I mean, fine.
Good.
Okay, that's not a problem. Agate came on, was rash. Didn't keep the ball well enough. Mainu, as much as I love him, was poor. And Dorgu, likewise. Like, I think if you look at that bench from the lineup Adam put up earlier, where is our game-changing? Like, if we're losing that game, who's a game changer on that bench is going to win us a game? There's not one.
Heaven.
And we are struggling big time for depth. Struggling.
Maybe Mount.
Yeah, but
Mount was injured.
Mount?
Like, he had an injury kind of worry.
If
So,
I'm losing a game the last 10 minutes and I turn to Mason Mount, we're in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
we
But we
need
weren't
that
even
depth.
losing
Yeah.
the game. We were 3-0 up. You can make these subs. You should be
No,
okay to
I
make these
absolutely
subs when you're
I
3-0 up.
completely agree
That's
with
why I
you.
don't think it can be a wrong sub to put Durgu on in his actual position when you're 3-0 up. That's actually the players fucking up after. You don't count it. Like, 25 minutes, you should be able to keep your 3-0 lead.
But this is the problem, Yanni. He absolutely
There's
should be able to
3-2 at 90
rotate.
minutes,
The fact
Yanni.
that we-
That's very result orientated. That's not the point, though.
But he should be able to rotate. I completely agree. But the fact that we are seeing such a dip in performance when he does rotate is a concern.
That's a worry. 100%.
It's a concern.
I'm with
Yeah.
you, but you also have to give them playtime. Because if what
You
if
do,
we
yeah,
don't?
no, I
And
agree.
Tyler's injured.
You have
Oh,
to,
now
though.
this guy has never played for 10 games. Now I have to chuck him on.
Yeah, I agree. But the problem is we screwed up the League Cup, so you can't give lads 90 minutes there. You're putting them into resi football, not the same. Like, unfortunately, they're going to have to prove that they're worthy of staying by playing Premier League minutes. And unfortunately, that was the perfect time to do it because we were up by so many goals. Like, you put them on and you see if they can cope. Sadly, they didn't. So you go,
100% agree.
okay, not a problem. Next time.
Yeah,
we
I
probably
definitely
won't do
agree.
this.
You should have made the subs. I definitely agree. We've got a lot of games coming up, and and to keep on this streak, you need our top players. And it's 60-second minute or whatever it was when he did make the subs. I'm not sitting there at 3-0 going, no, we shouldn't be making these subs. I'm like, yeah, okay, bring them on, give them some minutes. It's up to the
Especially-
players to fucking stick to the system and work their ass off.
And you can't be result orientated only because if you do, then you got to say, okay, Mainu should never play again because he was shit. But
Yeah.
that's not the case. You have to
Exactly.
give him the minutes to do it.
No, it's definitely the right decision.
But do you think though that he, as the manager, sits there and goes like when he's about to make them subs, he actually sits there and thinks, "Fuck, here goes my heart rate for the next 20 minutes."
Maybe
No, I don't think he does,
looks
though. I
at it
think
as
he's
a
got
plus.
confidence in his players, to be honest with you. I
He
think he
should have no
does.
confidence in Ugarte at all. There should be
Yeah,
not
I
a
think-
single bit of confidence in that player whatsoever.
I'd be
you know
saying
what I
it
reckon
about
he thinks?
Dorgu before Ugarte.
I reckon he does it as a glass half full thing, and he's like, "Great, I can rest my good players. Let's just chuck these guys on. Great, Casemiro will be good for next week. Woohoo!"
How do you reckon he felt when Xerxes couldn't get in front of his man at the near post for a header?
Oh my god,
That
Xerxes
he
not
was
playing this
3
week, I'll
yards
tell
in
you
front of before the ball was even whipped in, and he still lost the header.
that.
Mate,
And
I
he's
was
also Italian.
That
Let's not forget
is,
he's also Italian.
that is hands down the most pathetic effort to win a near post header I have ever seen. He jumps, he
he'll go
closes his
in
eyes,
January.
and turns his afro into
yeah,
the
I'm
ball.
with you, Elliot.
I think he'll
I
go
think he'll
online
go.
in January or something. I think
Yeah.
the manager has shown that he's never going to start him because if there's a different option up front, he'll play Cunha if he needs to rather than Sesko.
100%.
Xerxes
think,
not a striker for the
Plus, we
Premier.
have Cheeto.
You know,
if we really do need to bring someone, like if Sesko's injured, I reckon he'll play Cheeto more than he would Xerxes.
Yeah.
Is he injured at the moment?
No, he's smashing it, I think, for the...
Yeah, I mean,
Why is he not on the bench? Like, why is he not playing?
players like Patrick Dorgu's got to be careful though because Diego Leon's playing for the reserves and absolutely
Mate, what a goal.
set
You see that goal?
on fire, and
I was
actually
lucky I
playing
watched
really
it
well.
live, man.
And yeah. I mean, the
So
issue with
good.
Aiden Haven is as soon as Litch is fit, he's that option at that left-sided centre back position as well. So it's just the unfortunate thing that we're going to get probably all season because we've only got 2 competitions to play in. And to be honest, when we get to the FA Cup, I'm not going to want to be. I don't want Amorim to give the manager minutes. I want him playing our best team because I want to stay in that competition.
Yeah, try and win it.
It's not an opportunity to rotate players.
I tell you what,
we
if
might
we
see
have
a little bit more. We might see a little bit more over Christmas and stuff. Introduction to players on the bench, and obviously the AFCON as well, which is probably a bit concerning.
I hope Cameroon and Ivory Coast go out in the first fucking round.
Well, Cameroon probably will because they have Onana, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he is
I
Cameroon.
probably won't even take him.
But they're
Well, I couldn't believe I read that today.
Trouble. Yeah, other clubs in big trouble as well. Like I think
Chelsea.
Sunderland lose like 4 or 5 players or something like that.
The only one I think is actually not going to do too bad.
Sunderland, who are sitting second in the league, by the way, or third in the league, like fuck, just
lying.
I'm gonna read you a couple of quotes from Ruben in the press conference. Then we'll move on to Mainu versus Baleba. So look, I love reading Ruben's stuff. He said, "This is focus now. Focus is on the next game. Enjoy today, but tomorrow we need to prepare for Nottingham Forest because if you look at the table, 2 weeks can 2 weeks can change everything. 1 week can change everything. We need to enjoy the week, but work really hard to prepare for the next one. Today, we finished the game with a goal that gave us a different feeling. So when you have the right spirit, everything is going in your favor. We need to hold on to that, work really hard, and take that to the next game." With that one there, if United hadn't have scored that 4th goal, I think it would have been a real flat feeling after that game, after being 3-0 up. But when the 4th one went in, everyone was just, thank God. It was like a bit of relief again, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was relieved.
It was.
I mean, Ruben looked the most
at
relieved man in
3-2.
the stadium.
What was that? Sorry, Dan?
I said Ruben looked like the most relieved man in the stadium when the last one went in.
Do you know what I like though? I've seen a lot of emotion out of him when we scored that first goal as well with Cunha.
Yeah.
He was up, he was cheering, he was he looked like a motivated manager, which I really like to see. Because sometimes you see him and he looks like the job's gotten to him. It does. But then I thought on the weekend, oh God, yeah. But I thought on the weekend, I know we've won now 3 in a row, but you've coming off a great win against Liverpool. But he looked like the guy that walked into the club. Does that make sense?
Yeah. A man reborn.
Hey, he's winning ratio, like percentage, is going up. Might be at 30% soon.
Hey, we're above Liverpool. That's all I care about.
Oh, mate, yeah, trust me, I know, because I've made bets about this now with people.
This is the other one I picked out. The sound
love
of the
this.
stadium was incredible. Even when we arrived to play this game, I felt that the environment with everything, with everybody here, the players, was different. It was not like being overwhelmed. It was excitement to come here to play in front of our fans, and that was the different feeling. The confidence is normal because it comes with wins, mate. Oh, I saw this photo here, him fired up. Oh, I think that was at the end of the game when they won it. So there is a lot of excitement around at the moment, which is fantastic. So, mate, we play Forest this weekend. It's such a good game. It's such a good game to go into, I reckon. It's not one of the top teams. It's a team that's been quite bad on form at the moment. And I know they're desperate to get a win. And they would, to get their season going, they would do nothing more than beat United.
Oh, for sure. I think a lot of that quote about the atmosphere, I mean, I heard from a couple of the boys in the stadium where I normally sit. And I think going into that home game off the back of the Anfield victory against a team we hadn't beaten in the 3 previous games at home, it just created this kind of, let's do them today. Let's do them. And the lads got behind them, and that's all you can ask for really from a home crowd. Because I've got to say, the atmosphere in Old Trafford at the best of times can be pretty flat. There have been certain games where you go to and you just think, come on, like, let's get behind the boys here, because we're not creating any noise. We're not backing them as much as we could have done. But by the sounds of it, this weekend we were top, which is credit to the fans really, because I know the TRA have done a lot of work this year with the flags and trying to increase the atmosphere. And we've got the safe standing up in the top tier of the Stretford End now. Like we're making some positive changes there after a few years of quite stagnant fan performance. So it's only ways up. It's good.
But you know what? At Old Trafford, it is hit and miss. Sometimes with the fans. Like, I know I've been there 7 or 8 times now, and sometimes you go to a game and the atmosphere is so nerve-wracking. Like, arriving's always exciting and everything like that around the forecourt, everything like that. Then you get in there and the game starts and you get singing and everything like that. But then as soon as something goes wrong at Old Trafford, it's like the fans are like, here we go again, especially like over the past few years. It's real, can get really somber in there. And like, as much as, you've got your TRA and everything like that. And even when you watch, what's his name? Ginger, whatever his name is. He sits right now where where all the tourists come in, pay the high dollars behind the bench. And he's dead set. He'll get his camera pan around and he goes, put your fucking phones down. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's mental that that's actually even happened. So it's probably even worse now around that area, because you find it very rare that they would know the songs and everything like that. So behind the bench, it wouldn't be like it was before. Nowhere near it.
No, it's tough though. It's a bit of a balancing act with that, because obviously as a massive club like we are, we obviously get fans that are day trippers. Like, that's natural. Yeah. I think the biggest problem for United, particularly being sat in the Stretford End for most of that period of time, is that, like you say, we go one down and suddenly it's flat, or we don't get behind people. One of the biggest things that I've noticed, having always arrived early for games over the last few years, is that we don't get in early enough. Like
definitely, yeah. I know when I'm there, I don't get in early enough.
Yeah, they just don't.
Because you go to Old Nag's Head and trying to get back from Old Nag, and I'm staying at the Copthorne next door, but I'll go to Old Nag's Head just for a couple of beers. Fucking takes you an hour to get from there to the stadium if you can't get an Uber.
The club haven't helped with the ticketing procedures either, by the way. They've made that more difficult. I mean, the first game of the season was a joke. Like, but the queues and stuff and people getting in late, it doesn't help build an atmosphere. And now they're getting that right. It seems to be making more of an impact. And the fact that we're now allowed flags in the stadium, we weren't allowed that last year or the year before. They were banned. So all these little changes that the club are willing to make now and to consult with the fan groups is really positive. So hopefully, over the long run, that's only going to get better, which is what we all want, really. So
Yeah, beautiful.
Looks
All right,
good. It looks good.
I want to move into the next gen battle. Kobe Mainu versus Carlos Baliba. This is one, Elliot. I was going to bring this up today, but Elliot came to me today and said, I want to talk about this. So I'm going to throw it to you, Elliot. In the future, for me, I can see these two working together when eventually Bruno and Casemiro have to move on. Do we go for Carlos Baliba in January?
Well, that's that. I mean, what's the context behind what's the context that you fellas thinks behind Carlos Baliba's performances? Because he's not looked anywhere near the player that we're attracted to from his form last season. And I guess what's the context behind that? Is it because there was genuine interest, he was keen to go, and Brighton didn't sanction the move? If Brighton sanctioned the move, we probably would have got him. And as a result, that's, knocked his, I guess, confidence a bit. You've seen it with other players around the Premier League as well. And I guess based on his form this year, do we still go for him?
I thought he was poor against us, to be honest with you.
I thought it was poor on the weekend.
Yeah,
He's
and I think
poor
that's
this
what
season,
the
season, right? I've watched Brighton play quite a few times this season. He's been poor nearly every week.
Yeah. So they can't demand the same money that they wanted this summer. No way. He's not backed it up with performances. And whether that's a combination of his head slightly turned or the fact that Brighton as a team haven't been that great, it's probably a combination of a lot of things. Do I think we're still interested in him? Absolutely. Do I think we can probably get him for a cheaper price than we were quoted last summer? If he continues this up, yeah. But I don't think we get him in January. I just don't think the funds are there. And I don't think we'd want.
Is that who you guys would want?
It's tough. It's tough. The issue with this, right, is it means obviously we don't play Bruno as one of them, okay? Which means in that too, we wouldn't really have a proper playmaker because Mainu's not a playmaker. Like he's more of a he can run with the ball a little bit. He can do like good 1-2s and he's very intelligent with what he does, but he's not like a break the line kind of pass that Bruno is. And then if you don't like, Baliba is obviously someone who dual winner and this and that, kind of Casemiro like in a way, like covers the space and this and that. But then who's our playmaker? We're really going to be relying a lot more on the front three and the wingers to do that. I don't know. I don't think we can get someone we can't get Wharton, but someone like that who is still in that position and still playmaker. Like that's kind of what we need. There's that one kid in the Championship, I think plays for Middlesbrough, but I don't remember his name, but I keep on hearing that he's really good.
Oh,
and
Hackney.
Yes. Yeah.
Hackney.
And he's quite like that, like Wharton / Carrick, like from my understanding. So if we can't go for Wharton because he's 100+ mil, I wonder if that's like an option, especially if we do keep Casemiro, because then obviously you can learn from Casemiro as well and all that. But yeah.
So I've got from Dean in the comments. He goes, Anderson from Forest would be my first choice.
Really like him this season. Since he left Newcastle, man, as an 8, as a box-to-box 8. He actually, to be fair, he gave away a goal on the weekend for Forest. He lost the ball on the edge of his box.
I don't see what the big deal is.
Is he defensive enough? Because we would need a defensive player.
I think
he would play. He wouldn't play alongside Bruno. That's the only thing.
No. Take Bruno out of it. We're saying Mainu's going to play. We need someone defensive with Mainu.
He can't play. No, he's not. He's how do I put this? He's just up and down the field. Works really well. He's like I think he'll start playing for England quite consistently. I think him and Adam Morton. Yeah, but I think already. Like in the World Cup, you'll see him actually like Thomas Tuchel took a squad the other week that wasn't his World Cup squad. He's testing players out, but I think he will be featured in the World Cup quite a lot. I think his best thing he ever did was leave Newcastle and go to Forest because he's just playing regularly. I quite like
I
him
haven't
as a
seen him
player.
enough. I haven't seen him enough to probably have an opinion on him. A few of my mates who are, I guess, football fans of other teams and English and things like that don't see what the big fuss is over Anderson.
Work rate.
But I guess, on the opposite side, there are some people who, rate him quite highly. Whether this was rumour mill or not, but what I actually did read over the weekend was that there was a possibility that we might be having a little look at Joe Bellingham because he's quite unsettled at Dortmund.
No, don't take Joe.
I don't want him.
I'm a big
baggage comes with
Sunderland fan on the side. That's my I've watched every game of Sunderland for the last probably 8-9 years. Same as Manchester United, but Man United will always be my number one team. Joe Bellingham is not the player people think he is. He's got his move to Dortmund from the name. The best thing Sunderland did was sell him. He was not even a top 10 championship player last season, but Sunderland took 26 million for him for a reason. He's very, very raw and he makes very poor decisions. The other week for Dortmund against Bayern Munich, the ball was on the goal line. He turned around and kicked it into
the goal.
He's not even getting in the team.
No, it was Elise. Turned around and kicked it into I believe it was Elise, and he just went in on the goal line. He doesn't. If he improves, definitely, because he's got the physique, he's got the build to be a very good player. He's built exactly like Jude. He just doesn't have the ability of Jude, unfortunately.
I'd be worried about him. I feel like he'll end up being Galactico-wise. Like, he'll have attitude and this and that, and I just don't want any of that at the moment.
No.
I'll throw
a curveball in there that I actually wanted this summer and that we didn't get, and he's gone to another Premier League team. I think he's been pretty good this year, and that's Anton Stack, and he plays for Leeds.
Yeah,
and I think he is going to get a big move, whether it's the end of this season or the end of next season. He's going to be a player that we're going to be, I imagine, annoyed with him pick up from Hoffenheim because he's an aerial presence. He covers the ground.
It's a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6'4". Like he's a machine, and they picked him up for virtually nothing. I'm amazed that we didn't even have a look because he's good enough. He's 100% good enough.
I wonder if we can give Everton 100 million for James Garner. Actually, I'm still gutted we got rid of him because that season he had.
I loved him, yeah.
I know the season he had before we let him go. He was banger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could. You get. If we see how Believer's season goes, and maybe we get him for a lot less than what Brighton were asking for him. But again, I think the other thing is, I guess Casemiro and his contract and stuff like that will certainly depend on sort of who we go for.
The thing he does do well, though, which even though I didn't think he played well against us, he does pick up the ball a lot, like in those pockets in front of the center halves and everything like that. And he does, I think it's just about the same move every time. So he's going to get caught out doing that every time. He'll just pass straight out to the winger every time, and then he'll just move straight out to that winger to receive it back, and then he'll just switch it back to the other side. For mine, when I was watching that, it's a little bit of a amateurish move for me, because I remember when I watched that rep football, and that's what most of those sixers do. They just get the ball, go out wide, go be supportive. If they receive it back, then they'll try and switch it to the other side, and then they'll do the same move every single time.
Sideways passing.
Yeah, and he did so much of that in that game. I'm just thinking, I don't see, and I don't watch a lot of Brighton. I'm thinking to myself, what do people see in this player? I just see as amateurish move. He didn't even attempt to even. He drove the ball forward when there was space, but it's not like he was like Casemiro, where Casemiro was willing to put on a trick to try and beat a player 1v1 and then go and move the ball.
Yeah, he played too safe for the ball.
Yeah,
what you
every
mean?
time a player came to close down his space, he was really quick to move that ball.
But
As
that's
if
not
he
his
didn't want to
forte. Yeah,
interact
like
with it.
his forte is winning the ball back, covering space, and this and that. Like it's not playing forward, which is what we were saying. Like maybe we shouldn't go for someone like that. Maybe we should go for someone who is also a playmaker who can do that, because
Yeah.
he's just like a much better version of Ugarte. Like that's what it is. He's a much better version of him.
What would be everyone's like two styles to play alongside each other in that midfield? Would you want a destroyer and a playmaker, or would you want like two technically gifted players like that Vitinha for PSG? If you've seen him play, he's very...
I would personally prefer someone like a James Garner / Wharton. Like they have that long pass into them and this and that, but they do break the play quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one person, and the other one, like a Scott McTominay, just not Scott McTominay.
Oh, yeah, Duno's
Naples,
got
man.
2 points here. Duno's got, and I'll put it up. And I agree with him. Why don't we give Cone a crack as well?
He's been injured, right? Like that's the problem. Like he got injured.
Yeah, but
I
even
thought he got
still,
injured
like
at the beginning of the
when he
season.
does get fully fit, like throw him in there, mate. He's that good.
He was good in
crazy.
the-
Often
was it
Dean and I are
pre-season?
messaging each other about him. Sorry.
Was it preseason or the postseason that he played? And he was quite good. Maybe it was the postseason.
It was preseason. He was
Pre-season.
so good. Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, mate. And then he makes a point about Bruno being the replacement. Kobe being the replacement for Bruno, which that's what I said at the top of the show. Like if you had both of them come in, Kobe obviously comes in for Bruno, and then you'll have what's his name come in for Casemiro.
But
can you see them both working together like that?
That issue though is that number one, we don't think Bruno should be in that position to begin with. And
Yeah.
number two, I don't think we think Kobe should be in that position as well. Kobe should be further forward. So like even if he's replacing Bruno in that position, it's still not like what they're really good at. Like
Such different players.
Yeah, but think of like all of Kobe's best moments have been just on the edge of the box, 1-2 / dribble, whatever, put it into the either make the pass or put it in the net. Like his best position is not deep lying.
But he might have to bring that into his game, Yanni, to get a start, doesn't he? He might have to bring that into his game.
Might have to. He might have to. But the question is,
has to.
Do we want to have to mold him into that, or do we, let's say, use Kone, who is already that, like, and can run through? He's kind of more box to box, and even though he's a bit small, but like so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just reading Dino's comments. Sorry. Sorry.
Put him up.
But I think that's probably one of the reasons why. Probably is the reason that Kobe isn't getting minutes, because he can't do like what you were just saying, Yanni. But I mean, if he wants to break into this side, he has to play like that. He has to.
It'll be interesting to
really
see
have a choice.
If by the end of the season we look for the same type of player that Baleba is, or if we look for someone else. Because we were looking for Baleba because we were doing, like, we had all this space between the midfield and the attack, right? And like the midfield and the defense. Like there was so much space, so we were looking for Baleba because he can cover a lot of space. But now, if let's say, because we are playing better, because now we have that system where one defender will go into the midfield or one attacker goes to the midfield, I wonder if he's going to try to find a different type of midfielder now, because we found the solution for now. Maybe we try something new.
Yeah, very interesting. It's a good subject, actually. We probably should do a show just on those two, or just on maybe midfielders that should come in, being our players are getting older. Anyways, I think we've covered a lot tonight just in that pod. Dan, I know, has to go. He looks focused on something, so we might leave it there. Thank you, boys, for coming on. Thank you, everyone that was in the chat as usual. Instagram and YouTube flying along today, which is great. I'm sure Jordan and I will be back on Wednesday when we think of a subject to do with collecting. We have been on fire this week, let me tell you, buying stuff. So I picked up a couple of unreal items last night. It's taken me all weekend to get them together. I haven't shared it with everyone, but it's a pretty cool item. I've had to send them to somebody's house in the UK, and they will be here around November 12th, 13th. So,
It wasn't mine either.
fine items. And when I tell you the price that I got these for, Yanni,
Bullshit.
you're gonna
I'll
fall
be
over.
angry at you for not sharing.
No, it's absolute bullshit.
So I have got some really cool stuff coming in. So I'm looking forward to doing our collectors pod. And I know Dan and Elliot are still on fire looking for their jerseys and trying to get their collections topped up. Yanni,
Any recent pickups?
Most recent pickup was the 0708 home kit, which I think I said last week with birds off on the back. I'm still looking for that snowflake replacement. If anyone knows anyone, you know.
I probably could find you one. I know. I think the Football House may have one, so I'll contact him. He hasn't been posting it, but the Football House
Came today.
That's a nice one, Elliot.
Yeah.
I'm real.
Yes. And I have got a nice surprise for everyone. I haven't organised it yet, but I did send remember I told you boys that I sent an email to Paul Trevelyan, the artist? Well, he actually got back to me and he said he'd be more than happy to get on the pod. So he is an excitement machine on the pod. Jordan and I both watched an interview with him the other day, and let me tell you, he's a loose cannon, mate. You don't have to do anything on your podcast, mate. He's in his 80s, and you don't have to do anything. He just talks the night away. It was such a good interview that he did, the one that we watched about a year ago. I've got to get hold of him, and I'm looking forward to definitely getting him on. So, Elliot's got some good stuff in the pipe work too.
Yes, we're about 3 weeks away, I reckon. So aiming for Wednesday the 12th of November. Yeah. And then a follow-on on Wednesday the 19th.
For double. That's a double up, eh?
Yeah, but maybe the Wednesday, the next Wednesday, maybe we can do something about how to look after your cards.
Sounds good to me. Grab yourself a beer, grab yourself some pizza, lock yourself in. Elliot's got something exciting happening.
Hopefully. He's a very busy man, but hopefully we can sort something out with him.
Just tell him priorities.
Do you not know who you are?
I don't know how that goes, really.
Director of a business, mate. You know, he's done a few podcasts already, so hopefully, we can speak to his marketing manager and get a few things together.
Sounds fantastic. Sounds good. All right, people. I'll let you go. You can go to bed, get some sleep. Jordan, we'll be back Wednesday, I'm sure. And we will talk collecting. I know that's Dan's favourite subject, collecting. Dan's messaging every day. Can you look at this? What do you think about this? So it's good. It's good times at the moment. We've got a lot of people messaging us and asking about cards and everything like that. So, sorry about that. But, yeah. All right, boys. I'll talk to you later. See you later.
See you later.
Yeah.
See you later.